to episode 3 of the Literacy Network of South Berkshire Presents. My name is Lee Doherty and I am the Executive Director of LitNet. For those of you who don't know what we do at LitNet, we provide free one-on-one tutoring to folks who are immigrant or U.S. born who are in need of English as a second language, support working towards their GED or HiSET exam, folks who need basic support in reading and writing, and the path to citizenship. So those who are interested in becoming new Americans. Today, that's the highlight of our program. We are focusing on our New Americans program. We are extremely grateful to Matthew and Hannah Cater, their family scholarship that was set up to support folks on this path. So we have, for 2021, we have already designated 5 Cater Family Scholars, so folks that have been given the funds to work towards their citizenship, and we still have 5 remaining scholarships available for those folks who are interested in pursuing their citizenship through the channels, through the Berkshire Immigrant Center. What we provide, if they are approved for the scholarship, is a free tutor to help them prepare for their path. In today's episode, Pamela Breslin, a LitNet board member, educator, and experienced tutor, interviews 4 new Americans, 2 who have already become American citizens, one in 2019 and one in 2020, and 2 who are working towards their path to citizenship. And they'll tell about their experience, and Pamela will highlight their stories on their path to becoming citizens. We're so glad you could join us. If you know anybody who needs a tutor, please contact us. If you would like to be a tutor, please contact us. Or if you'd like to know more about the Matthew and Hannah Cater Family Scholarship, please contact us. Enjoy. Thank you.
Welcome to LitNet's program. Today we're going to be talking about citizenship. My name is Pamela Breslin. I've been a tutor with LitNet for 15 years, I think, at this point, and I'm delighted to have with me some of the students who are working with us, either toward citizenship or those who have actually become citizens of the U.S. So welcome to everyone. It's a delight that you're here. I wonder if you would introduce yourselves, please. Ursula?
Yes, my name is Ursula. I am originally from Poland. Right now, I live in Great Barrington with my husband and my 3 sons. And I got to this country, it's going to be 17 years ago in September.
Thank you. Vanya? Hi, Vanya. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Vanya Pimenta Lili. I'm 46 years old, and I come from Brazil in 2015, and I married Christopher Lili, my husband, and I live in Pittsfield.
Thanks. And Lorena?
Hi, my name is Lorena and I'm originally from Venezuela. I live in West Stockbridge and I've been living in the United States since 2016.
Well, thank you so much. And Bruno?
Hi, guys. I'm Bruno. I was born in Rio, Brazil. I came to the United States when I was 18. It's been 21 years and it's been a blast. And yeah, that's my story.
So would each of you just tell us where you are right now in the citizenship process? Vanya, how about you? What are you doing towards citizenship?
Do you want to start? Do you have the question again, please?
Sure. You are studying to be a citizen right now.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Can you tell us what the process is for you right now? Where are you in the process?
Oh, I'm in the middle of the process. Yeah, and Lorena is helping me there. Yeah, and you. Yeah.
So when you say the middle of the process, what have you done and what comes next?
The next, I have to go to my interview. Yeah. And so now I have the paperwork to Lorena. And after that, I'm going to my interview.
So you're in the process, you're almost ready to submit your application, right?
Yes.
And how about you, Ursula?
My N400 was sent, I believe it was the end of December. I studied with you for the questions, and I'm just waiting for the notification about the interview for the date.
So you've been waiting since the end of December to have your interview scheduled.
Wow.
That's good for everyone to hear. It takes quite a while then, doesn't it?
A little.
I would like to hear from Lorena now, where you are in the process.
I already became a United States citizen. I applied at the end of April of last year. And thankfully, the process didn't take that long. So I had my interview in October and I was sworn in at NOMKEG in the same month. So I was able to actually vote for the first time in a presidential election.
Oh, that's so good to hear. And Bruno?
Well, I'm so glad that we're here today because I want to thank you guys, and I want to thank my tutor, Rick Brown. He was amazing. I love that guy. I owe you a dinner. I got to pay you a dinner. And Lorena, I want to thank you as well. She helped me with the process. I just came to be a citizen in November, and I've been celebrating every other day or every day. I don't celebrate every day because I take a break in between, but it's been blessed, and I've been so released, and everything changed. Everything changed for the perspective of life and peace. I'm in peace, and it's priceless to be in peace. And again, I want to thank you guys because you guys broke through the ice. I didn't know where to go. I gave glasses when I wasn't able to see clear. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. And I just want to thank you.
Well, I wish there were 100 of you, Bruno, but we're we're so happy that your experience has been so good. And thank you. I don't think that Lorena gave herself enough of an introduction here. She modestly told her story about citizenship, but almost everyone on this screen now works with Lorena because she is at the Berkshire Immigrant Center working with so much success to help all of us, both us at LitNet and those of you who are applying, to get through the process, which is a seriously long and sort of strenuous process.
Yeah,
To become a citizen, you need to be proficient in English. You need to learn a lot of information about U.S. history, complete a 20-page application, and you need to be able to afford it financially because the process costs about $1,000. So right now, LitNet is delighted to offer a scholarship thanks to Hannah and Matt Cater, who provide funding that covers more than 90% of the cost of naturalization for the LitNet students with whom we work. So moving to the next question is, were any of you hoping to become citizens sooner than you did? And what slowed the process for you?
I actually was very surprised that it went so fast for me, even in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't think that I was going to be able to vote or even be sworn in during that time. So I was very grateful that it just took a few months and it was super fast. So I'm thankful that it wasn't delayed by the pandemic.
Did anyone else wait a while because of being nervous about the process or feeling underprepared? Bruno?
I'm sorry. I did. I applied in 2019, and I was called in March of this time last year, and everything shut down. and then I have to wait. So I was in the dark this whole time. So it gave me extra time but in the meantime, I was super nervous because I mean, like all of us, we didn't know what it was, what was about to happen. But unfortunately, they call, and then 2 weeks later, I got my the certificate, the ceremony, and that was awesome. But in between those 7 months, I mean, it's understandable. But
Sure.
and then my sister also just got her citizenship, not through you guys, because she also applied before me, and she also waited a long time. But she finally just got it last month, and yeah, it's been a blast.
Oh, congratulations. That's great news. I did want to ask if any of you had any sort of second thoughts about not really giving up your citizenship to your homeland, but changing flags in a way. If that was for you in any way difficult, or if it was a relief. And Vanya, what was it? What is it like when you decide to sort of not be a Brazilian citizen, but change over to becoming an American citizen?
I'm so happy about, because I want to become a citizen I can vote, and I love America, and America make my life much better, and I can't wait for become a citizen.
I understand you already have a flag, and
I have a flag. Yeah, I have a big flag on the porch. I have a flag over here. When I have a family pictures over here. I don't know, you guys can see.
I don't know if we can
over here. Got it. It's too dark anyway. So yeah, I love America.
Well,
Yeah.
That's great. Anybody else want to answer that? Are your families all happy for you too?
Yeah, my family very. Oh, sorry. Do you talk?
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
My family very happy about. My family knows this is good opportunity for my life, better opportunity for my life,
Great.
and for my son too.
Ursula?
Yes, it's the same. My family in Poland, they're looking forward to it. My family here, because my sons and my husband, they're citizens. It will make everything much easier. Travel, any paperwork, everything will be easier.
Thanks. I'd like to ask those of you who have been through the process if you were nervous, first of all, before your interview. Lorena?
Yes, 100%. And it was very funny to me because, I'm so used to the process. I've represented clients. I've been to those interviews before. But once it was me, it was nerve-wracking. I thought I was going to forget all the questions and my name and how to speak English and all of that. So I was very, very nervous.
Bruno, when it was your turn to have your interview, were you nervous?
I was actually, I didn't believe that was happening, and I was not nervous until he called my name, and he was very, strict man, and then oh my God, like, who am I? Like Lorena just said, like, what is my name is? Like, but I sat down, and I mean, I had it wasn't easy. It was he was really tough on me. Like he asked me he gave me a hard time. I guess he was just doing his job, and but I wasn't very like friendly, I should say, but everything worked out at the end, and that's what matters. And how do I feel about being a citizen? And it's almost like a tree, my roots are, my seeds are Brazilian, and the fruits are American. That's how I see it as. And yeah.
I agree. I understand completely that it's sort of double good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're so lucky to have both cultures.
Yeah. It's I would have never wanted just to now, if everybody had a chance to, have the experience of, people don't choose where they're born, but they can definitely choose where they want to die. And I want to die here. I want to live here for the rest of my life. I want to stay here, and I want to have my grandchildren here. I mean, my kids are little. I'm already thinking about grandchildren, but I know eventually it will come. But I can't explain how much I love the culture, the country, and how much all of you guys make me feel so welcome. America. Some Americans put us through discrimination, which I can understand, but most 99.9% of the American people take us as family, and it's a good feeling.
Well, that's so good to hear. Lorena, I wonder about specifics of your interview. Was your interview friendly?
It was. I have to say that I had a very nice officer. I think that I also, he was a little easier with me because he had two of my clients before me that were approved. So he recognized my name. And instead of being too strict with what he was asking me, we had a conversation about the work that I do and how do we get our accreditation? How are we able to represent clients and all of that? So we had a really nice conversation, and he told me things about his life and asked me about my life. So it was like that actually helped me to feel less nervous for when the test actually started. So he was very friendly, and at the end, it was the same. It was just more like a conversation with a friend than feeling like this is a person that can deny it or approve my application. So he made me feel very comfortable.
Well, that speaks so highly of the work you and the Berkshire Immigrant Center do. And I'm glad that he honored you with that. You deserved it. What did you have to write?
I had to read first who elects Congress. And then I had to write the people elects Congress. And a funny thing about that is that they ask you to write on a tablet. And I have very nice handwriting, but writing on a tablet is completely different. You also cannot grab it. It's just right there in front of you. And I'm a lefty, so I kind of had to move things to be able to write. So I wrote it awfully. It was horrible, but he was able to see that I could write it and I didn't make any mistakes or anything. It was just that my handwriting was terrible. So they usually ask you to read something and then write the answer to it, basically.
And did your naturalization process, the ceremony itself, was later at NOMKEG?
Yes, I was very lucky because we at VIC, we organize at least one ceremony a year, and last year we didn't have any at the beginning of the year because of the pandemic. So we were able to plan this ceremony as long as it was outdoors, and NOMKEG allowed us to do it there. So my interview, thankfully, was a week before that ceremony, and I requested to please be sworn in there. And some of other clients that were interviewed that week, they were also able to, instead of having their ceremony right there, they moved it to the week after. As long as we were not doing name changes or anything like that, that requires more time. But because that wasn't my case, then they allowed me to do it.
That's so nice. And many others, I understand, have been sworn in immediately after they finished their interview during the pandemic, at least, right?
Yeah, that's what's going on everywhere right now. In fact, they are not doing any more outdoor ceremonies. So they're not allowing to have it in other places than their offices. We hope that, later this year that changes, hopefully, but people are being sworn in right after their interviews.
Well, Vanya and Ursula, do you have any questions to ask these pros, those who've already gone through the process?
Lorena just answered my question because I wanted to know how to request being sworn in right here in the Berkshires rather than after the interview. But I guess that's not an option right now.
Yeah, I do have to say that, before, when we know that we have those ceremonies, like last, we've had them at the Norman Rockwell Museum, for example, we have one there a year. We make sure to advocate for our clients to be sworn in there. We give the clients letters and we make sure that the officers know. But right now, unfortunately, they're just going to do it there because otherwise you can be waiting a year or who knows how long before they can do another ceremony closer to our home.
Vanya, do you have any questions for Lorena or Bruno about the actual interview?
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, well, then we'll move on. I did want to ask everybody about the scholarship, the Cater Scholarship, and how you heard about it.
I hear from from Jennifer, and she talked to me about, and she talked to Lorena, and Lorena emailed the information to me.
So Jennifer Smith, who
Jennifer, yeah,
works at the Berkshire Immigrant Center,
yeah,
forwarded you the information.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. That's a good
By the
link.
way, let me talk one thing.
Yeah.
Lorena is very good secretary. She the best. Yeah,
Thank
she did
you.
a great job.
She deserves that. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, and you too. Oh my gosh, you're very sweet.
We've had so much
I'm
fun
so
working
blessed to
together.
have you helping me about my English course, about my questions for my interview. Yeah, it's you very good. Thank you so much.
It's such a fun process. Ursula, how did you hear about the scholarship?
Well, I was actually looking for a reading tutor for my 10-year-old son.
That's right.
It was recommended by his teacher. He wanted a summer tutor. So I looked on the NetLit website and I figured it wasn't for him because he's only 10, he's not an adult. But there was a link to a citizenship and I clicked on it. I read it and I said, okay, that must be a sign. I'm doing it. I doubted I'll get it, but if I don't try, I won't know. And I did it. And it was so easy, it was so fast, and I'm so glad I did it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's so lucky that we have the Cater family sponsoring this scholarship. So my last question is really, what do you want to ask each other? Because here you are all on the process or recently naturalized. And what questions do you have for each other? What would you like to know? I'm always interested in what was the difficult part or the challenge, and how did it turn out? Tough, unscripted question, but I think you probably all have a little challenge back there. Well, we can let that go then. And I wonder if anyone has any advice for anyone out there. Lorena, anything you'd recommend to possible people watching who might want to become citizens and just haven't gotten started because it seems so overwhelming?
I think it would be, call and have a consultation and, and we can try to convince you. I'm always going to advocate for becoming a citizen because it gives you the opportunity to feel safe in this country, right? But it also gives you the opportunity to vote, to get some work, employment that you wouldn't be able to if you're not a citizen. So I always recommend it. And I also, in particular for the interview, I always tell people that go to the interviews to make sure to tell the officer that if they're nervous, to say it. Because the officer will understand that. It's a very important thing that you're doing. It's a very important moment in your life. So it is okay to be nervous and it is okay to say it. That doesn't mean that you're going to be denied or anything like that.
Well, thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us. This is such a good conversation and I wish we had more time, but it's been really a pleasure to hear from each of you. And LitNet is so proud of each and every one of you. So thank you. And we'll say our goodbyes now. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.